Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays bit my own tongue. Pretty bad start to the episode, to be honest. I've been getting bodied by Slay the Spire. Played a little bit in my downtime yesterday just to stay fresh. You know, it's like when you're an Olympian, you gotta keep your mind, your body, dare I even say your spirit, all in equilibrium, even on your off days. You gotta be eating builder's bars and drinking 72 ounces of water. Otherwise, you lose that little edge that lets you extinguish these torches. There we go. There we go, I said. You extinguish the torch for luck. Please, please. You know what? Okay, fine. This one lives, the eternal flame. Just like the Bangles said. Give me a random colorless uncommon. How do I feel about purity? I don't feel very strongly about purity as a card. This is a card that I was excited about back when I thought it was like a landmark thing. Get out of here. To be able to remove strikes and defends from your deck. We're reasonably likely to kill you next turn, I'll tell you what. Let's try it like this. I was like, you know, Purity's pretty good because you don't need to pay to remove cards. You can just use Purity to remove them. Yeah, but you gotta draw them. You gotta draw them in the first place then. Sneaky Strike has been inconsistent for us. I want you to know I absolutely hate this fight. This has become one of my, like, most hated early, like, question mark 1, question mark 2 fights. They never stop attacking, which personally I just find very rude. I mean, there should be a break at some point. Oh my god, you've given me a golden gift. I am a dumb idiot. Never mind. I am a moron, man. You know what? Lesson learned. We're gonna get there, boys. I guarantee it. There we go. Actually, didn't lose too much here. I'll take a blur. I'm not super thrilled to be having the blur. I will take the curse just because there's a chance to remove it pretty soon. This is more along the lines of what we're looking for. So dump the strike, play Sneaky Strike. Weaken you. 12 damage coming in. Oh, baby. Not likely to kill both of them next turn. And we are, I mean, I guess all I'm going to say is don't get too excited. We got a ways to go. We don't really have any cards that I feel like when we play them, we destroy elites. I am going to take Noxious. Decent against bosses, not so good in advance of the elite, or in accordance with the elite fights. Actually, I feel like Twisted Funnel kind of sucks. And I'm going to take it anyway. Just because we never take it, we have the mildest of mild poison synergies. And the other thing I was thinking is actually exactly what happened here. I really don't want to exhaust any of these strikes from my deck. It does also purge Artifact. So, on the bright side, neutralizes will actually work. On the downside, this is going to be a very long fight. It takes a long time for 2 damage, or 2 poison per turn to get to the point where these guys are going to start to get ahead of us. Or we're going to start to get ahead of them, I should say. Even though we're not getting it for free, I would rather just put the damage out there with the Sneaky Strike anyway. It's not really, by the way, that I think I mean, maybe I overvalue Sneaky Strike. I guess it's not for me to say that I value it appropriately. But it's more like, if I get that as a common, or if I get that early on in the game, which is likely because it's at the common level, I tend to take it just because we need some kind of offense as the silent in order to, you know, realistically kill enemies before they scale us into, you know, a lack of existence, really. You're not gonna love this, but on the bright side, we're taking 0 and we're dealing like 12. Now this time, We will dump one of these daisies. We're going to be real low on HP. The ideal relic for me, I've really, you know, there's no secret here, obviously. It's taken me a long time to get my sea legs when it comes to high-level ascension. That much is well, you know, documented. I do think... Yes, I've gotten a lot more awareness about what relics are actually, like, very, very useful on high-level ascension. And, dude... You had to do it to me, didn't you? At least they start weak. I'll tell you, what I was about to say is, meat on the bone is a big one. If we could get meat on the bone, I would be a very, very happy man. Let's weaken you. Didn't matter because we were going to get 2 turns, but we already had enough block to get through this guy, so maybe it actually did matter a great deal. Again, you know, I'll hit you at small cost to myself. We're going to get through this without being totally screwed, but it might put us in a bit of a funky spot for the future, you know? We'll see. Who's our boss, by the way? Slime is not what you want to see. For us to beat the slime, I would love to see some high damage and vulnerability, but it is what it is. This guy is dead before he gets to put more daisies in our deck. Well, we're not going to worry about that too much right now because you're definitely not going to die this turn. Turns out you need attacks to kill enemies. This didn't go too badly. Picked up Anchor. And I think a Poison Stab is acceptable. Oh, thank God. Purity's been upgraded. It's a card so good I almost never play it. 14, so we can play one of these. Yeah, we might as well just ice you, I suppose. So we should be... I mean, there's a couple of different ways to think about it, I suppose. You're actually dead already. Twisted Funnel is kind of like do 10 damage to all enemies. Or remove their debuff. Dude, straight up, I like Caltrops a lot. I'm still gonna take it just because the birds scare me on the next floor, but... I wasn't totally convinced. I mean, some AoE would be nice, but I don't know, maybe Noxious is all the AoE we need. I would like to take some stuff that allows discards, just to give us a better chance of making a sneaky strike actually functional. And I'm probably being a little bit over-aggressive here. I think we need to keep this enemy weak if we're going to have a chance to get out in front of them. Well, this is where you want that AoE, without a doubt. 15, okay. This is not horrible. We certainly want to get Noxious out there. It's our best AoE. This is 9 damage for 1 energy, which I think is pretty good. This means we're taking no damage. And if I could just weaken you, get you a little closer to death... We're gonna have 2 turns of debuffs. This is gonna sound ridiculous. I'm popping both Ancient Potions because we don't need Ancient Potions. Oh my god, they never... Well, I mean, I guess we still got something out of it, thankfully, but... Hold on, what are we drawing next turn? We're drawing decent stuff. We don't need the artifacts for the boss, is what I was getting at. Because the boss doesn't actually... Wow, we're extremely lucky. The boss doesn't actually apply any status effects to us. It just fills our deck with garbage. Which actually is going to make... We're going to try to make Prepared fit here. But is actually going to make... Purity possibly a little higher value. But I definitely think that we're, like... I'm not convinced of where we're starting at here. Or rather, I'm not convinced that where we're starting is going to lead us to a place where we want to be afterwards. But there's a chance. Real talk. Forget Sneaky Strike. I think you play the Blur just to give you a better chance of buffering the damage this turn. 20. I mean, we pretty much got there. I'm willing to take 9 damage to make this happen. You know, just to hopefully get us into a better turn. Probably dump the Caltrops for now. And then Sneaky Strike takes you to 82. So this would split you for sure. 82 is 79. So I think we can hit you with that. I really don't want to split you this turn, but I really want to draw at least... I mean, I'll accept 2 attacks as maybe like the best option for us, but it's not really what we were hoping for, clearly. I think we are best off, especially having not played a Caltrops yet, doing like a strike leg sweep. We're pretty much in, you know, survival mode right now. See, this is where I, you know, in my naivete, I expected, yeah, we should probably play a slime as well, to maybe draw a purity there and have a better chance to get through that without dying. But clearly I am a fool. Just gotta, I mean, it'd be real nice. I don't even know how we would do it. This will keep us alive with 1 HP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're sunk. We need like the specimen or something to take us there. It's just unrealistic. Yeah, we're actually dead. All right, I mean, again, did we make mistakes there? Probably, but I don't think every run in Slay the Spire is destined to even have a chance. That one didn't start too hot. Now, with all of the rares available, I'm going to take Unload. It's 1 energy. It enables discards. It discards, well, I guess if we have curses, it'll discard them. We have no gold. And I would love to be aggressive in my approach to elites. The only thing is, it's touchy to do so in the first place. Much like the way that I play as the defect, as the Ironclad, I have a very simple run that I like to try to execute as often as possible, and it's not working out for us. We need like 6 footworks to make it happen. We'll take a dash. Basically, it's just get insane decks. And then from that point onwards, I mean, just coast on the fact that you have a huge defensive superiority over the enemy. Sorry, I'm talking like John Cena right now. It's freaking me out, man. Crippling Cloud does become 7 poison, which is 6 extra damage to all enemies. You know, there's a temptation there. It's also a good upgrade target. Not all of our like only Neutralize really fits the bill right now as a better upgrade target, I guess, or as a comparable upgrade target even. We won't be playing Crippling Cloud all the time, but having some AoE is definitely an asset. It also kills enemies through shield if they have no artifact, which is pretty important. We got a decent setup here. Ghost in a Jar, pretty useful. Caltrops, very important power, not so much against the elites, but... 4, you're at 9 HP, so you'll be dead next turn if I hit you with one of those. Okay. You know, especially against some of the bosses. 2 of the 3 bosses on this floor. Yeah, the Guardian still gets countered by it pretty nicely. We'll catch you with these, and you will not be dead next turn, but realistically could get close. We tend not to have a run that's this offensively strong as the Silent, you know, by the time we hit our 3rd encounter. So I think for right now, I'm pretty pleased. I actually think that 2 Caltrops is just fine, and a free Dex upgrade. Now you're speaking my language. So a turn of intangibility seems real nice against this guy, as does a turn of being able to output maximum damage. So, you know, having 3 turns of weakness. We're going to have 1 weak turn. Like, this one is not so bad to begin with. And And the poison damage is okay, but... and then this turn he's going to be weak, which is very nice for us, and I think we... honestly just get away with that. Next turn, when he loses weakness, we'll probably apply intangibility. And we might as well block once, because we do expect him to die next turn. If he doesn't, we got bigger problems. That went okay. We did use 2 potions. We got 1 back. We also only got strawberry. I'm gonna try Tactician here. I don't know. I don't know if that's a smart move, but willing to give it a chance at least. An upgraded Crippling Cloud is pretty much specifically designed to handle this fight. So we're gonna start here, and then let's test our newfound powers. We have to play an unload. It'll take 4 damage off the field. We get an energy back. Then we get to play a strike. We'll take another 4 damage off the field. Both, or all 3 of these enemies, I should say, will be dead. We took 4 damage total. Honestly, not that bad. We're not really building a poison run. Like, I think Predator is very useful. Dude, so is Lantern. I'm being foolish. Don't do what I'm doing. Because we're really leaving it all out here to see if we can make this happen. It actually completely worked out. That now we should be able to pretty easily fight this elite. Our HP is going to be up there. And we are way more upgraded than you would expect to be for this point. Six damage. 6 block. What a coincidence. Yeah, actually, I feel like we don't have a unifying theme to this deck at all. But what we do have is just a deck of decent cards that have predominantly started to be upgraded. And that's got me thinking good things. I still am not totally convinced we need a Predator here. I really want to do something on turn 1. He's gonna wake up, there's no doubt about it. I don't think we're gonna need energy on our next turn, so I think we just go like, yeah, yeah, yeah. 15 damage, 14 block. And now, dude, an upgraded Caltrops is basically like, as long as the fight's not gonna end this turn, it's strictly better than a strike, almost. And we're getting a little bit of extra value out of the cards. We're only at 52 HP. That's not that bad. Realistically, he should be super dead. And he is indeed. Happy Flower is just fine. And I will absolutely take a Malaise. We have been given a glorious gift there. And to be able to weaken him with a huge Malaise, as long as it's timed properly... What do I mean by that? Well, he is going to have 1 big attack, and there's very little we can do about that except weaken him. We're probably not going to flip him next turn. We need to do 36 damage, which is very unrealistic. But he's only going to hit us for 21. He's going to take 8 in the process. And, I mean, this is where you have to catch him with one of those. Yes, he is going to debuff us. But now he's doing 0 damage, like, forever. So... I shouldn't say that. You know, 5 strength down. He is doing 5 damage. We'll just extend the weakness on him here. Basically, this, you know, in terms of, like, Slay the Spire archetypes, we're expecting this guy to blow himself out on Caltrops. I mean, he's taking 32 damage here. So this is just, again, in my opinion at least, it goes to show you and, you know, illustrate the value of Caltrops. Especially, you know, if you get 2 of them and 1 of them's upgraded already. Like, feeling extremely solid right now. We still lack damage output. We really do rely on enemies to do multiple low-cost or low-damage attacks in order for us to get out, you know, to the numeric advantage that we need. Sorry, I hate to dazzle you with all this flavorful talk about undeniable empirical numerical advantages. I just have a flavor for colorful language, I suppose. Here's what I'm thinking is play these so you don't die. There we go. So we need some bigger damage attacks, and you know, unload is great, but corpse explosion for room control is highly amazing. Nah, it's still, I need to be able to see enemy intents, dude. I'm going for. Okay, you upgraded corpse explosion, which is just beautiful. I will also take a backstab for guaranteed damage early on, but. You know, we'll just throwing this out there that getting an energy relic would have tickled my fancy as well, if you want to be a little bit simpler next time. I think it's probably worth playing a Caltrops and then hitting him with Malaise following that point. Like 6 damage, doesn't bother me at all. Now, I would love to use my Fire Potion against this guy. I hate this guy. He's a real piece of garbage. I want to banish him to the Shadow Realm, from whence he can never return. I want to bargain with Dormammu to have him exiled into a dimension beyond time. I want to take his face off. I can't kill him, even with Crippling Cloud, so I am going to use the Fire Potion. We got it back immediately, which is, of course, real nice. You know, I'm going to toss 1 upgraded Piercing Wail into this deck. 15. I love when you think so dearly about the way that you're going to play, and then you realize, oh, I'm just going to play the cards I have. It turns out that playing the cards I have is my only option. It's an extremely great time to draw Piercing Wail, a card that I have basically completely ignored recently. Dude, I'm gonna give you 5 strength down and 5 weakness. I still think if you're doing 5 damage, 5 strength down plus weakness should take you to 0. But apparently, I'm a fool who doesn't know what he's talking about. I feel like we've had enough Cloak and Dagger show up that there is like a, well, it might pay for itself by the time we hit a shop. Runic Dodecahedron is a sick joke. I don't even treat that as a relic. What I was going to say is I think there's been enough Cloak and Daggers showing up that we probably could have constructed some kind of Shiv build. And the accuracy showing up also, I mean, made me believe that in a big way. Well, I will weaken you, and we'll still take 6 damage, but this guy's going to take 24. And he should be, like, super deceased. We're actually having a really good time of it on this run. Will we need the rest? I don't know. I wouldn't say it's necessary, but I would say it's probably a good idea. You're doing 19 damage. Well, I would rather have a Caltrops out there. Not by much, but, you know, it does matter. This is a bizarre one for me, because apart from Corpse Explosion, which you probably don't need me to tell you, but is truly wonderful, I really don't feel like we have that incredible of a setup I wouldn't say we're doing badly, but I don't think we have any of the... I mean, tradition... Basically, as the silent, unless I have, like, kunai and shuriken, I always end up looking at these runs like, ooh, yikes, this is a... Oopsie whoopsie, this one's real tough, you know? But, it seems like, you know, just by virtue of maybe getting some good question marks that have, you know, kept us able to upgrade cards, we're getting somewhere. I definitely feel like Catalyst is your big enabler here. I will not pay 75 gold right now. I really, really want to hit this shop. We could wait until later and hit a shop with Ma Bank being a little bit more powered up, but I really feel like I want to take this run as quickly as possible to the next level. Like, if I could add one great relic or 2 decent relics, I would be extremely pleased right now. So we really want this guy to die. One way to do that would be a crippling cloud, a defend, and the melees. We only take 1 damage. He's about to take 51. He's also got 6 poison on him already. He's doing a decent chunk of damage after that, no doubt. But we're doing very well. We're not getting bodied by the enemies. You know, we're actually, like, maybe losing on average, like, 2 or 3 HP per fight. That's not bad. Fairy in a bottle does not seem necessary right now. I don't know, dude. I don't think Dagger Spray is that good, but... I think it's too late to take even an upgraded Dagger Spray and expect it to do anything for you. Well, we are going to spend. I think having 1 strength is pretty important. I really don't see Sneaky Strike being that valuable. I do think being able to apply vulnerability to the boss... We still don't have that many attacks. And, like, even Masterful Stab, I'm like, I don't know. You know what? Heal me for 15 on every shop. We're going way out of left field with the relics we're taking here, but it's been working decently. How do we beat bosses? Catalyst, basically. I hate that, but it really is Catalyst. It has to get upgraded for sure. We should be fine on that. We're still taking 2. I gotta start working on my arithmetic with melees, man. Even this fight's not going that badly. Obviously, if we're also, like, if we're intending to make Catalyst work as our win condition, we're gonna need to upgrade it, but we're also gonna need to add more poison, and I think an upgraded Noxious showing up is extremely nice. I will lose all of my gold to not have to fight these guys, in the hopes maybe we can get an up... Okay, well, we heal for... Whenever you enter a shop, heal for 15 HP. I have entered the shop. Excuse me? Does this not count as a shop because it was a question mark? So I truly believe, and if I'm wrong, friggin' sue me, dude. But resting here is just 2 more turns of safety. What we actually need is to get as much poison on this guy as quickly as possible. Damage as well, but definitely also poison. So what are we not going to play? We're not going to play defend. Absolutely. Sucks to use Crippling Cloud here, but to get the poison kick-started I think is very important. It's not the turn you like to see. We're only taking 5 damage, but it's not great. This turn we will take 0. It's merciful. Really want to get that Noxious out there. Please. Okay. It sucks to have to do it like this, but yeah, that was pretty much necessary. Okay, so we gotta weaken the crap out of this guy before he gets any big ideas. Yeah, I mean, Catalyst you definitely don't play right now, so I think just being able to weaken him for 4 and for 4 turns is advisable. I was just about to say, we're waiting on Corpse Explosion to come back around. You're doing 39 damage. Let me crunch the numbos. Apply 9 poison, you're at 12. If only I had a 1-cost attack. I don't think we can afford to play Corpse Explosion on this turn. So you're on 37 HP. 28. No, we can't afford to play it. That's okay. It's not good, but it's okay. Stop this. You're on 39 HP again. You wouldn't. Well, we can't live unless we, like, do that. So that's probably where I'm going to start. Okay. This is going to sound ridiculous. There's still a chance. It does require some pretty impressive draw. You're doing 33 damage. We cannot live. I really thought we were close to making something happen there. I was wrong. You know, it happens. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. We'll be back with a defect. Slowly. Pickaxe swing by pickaxe swing. Increasing our knowledge of A20 and how to defeat it. But for now, it will not happen today. Maybe tomorrow. And I'll see you then. See ya!